Hello, happy Christmas Eve. So today I was thinking a lot about Vlogmas itself and the question of what it means to feel Christmassy. That's something that has come up a lot in videos for the whole month and in other people's videos and also in conversations I have with friends and what precisely that means. I was also thinking a lot about how homogenous many online experiences of Christmas seem to be, and that's not to say that there aren't other Christmas experiences online, but I wonder if, like, as a model, as a building block, a lot of what we're doing with Vlogmas is putting forward a homogenous experience a lot of the time, not all the time. There are definitely exceptions to that, and definitely people have days that are themselves exceptions to that. But it's kind of like a cultural project, an online cultural project. It's strange because there are things that do feel familiar and comforting. There are things that do feel fun to do because you've seen them in films. But whose stories are being told and who's telling them? And it made me think a lot because Christmas Eve for me is never going to be the same as Christmas Eve for a friend. Christmas Eve for me is Las Posadas on Nochebuena, today, Christmas Eve, singing outside, half group inside, and then doing the piñata. And then the next day, having a whole British Christmas and doing all the British Christmas things. And those years that we didn't do the posadas, feeling like something was missing, like something was lost there, or the days that, the couple of times that we were in Mexico over Christmas, feeling very strange to have nothing really to do on Christmas Day itself. And kind of always being between two cultures, but I know there are so many people who have that experience in some way, shape or form, but I don't see that reflected as much online, and that's definitely something I'd like to see more. And maybe, maybe I'm not looking in the right places, but I think for me personally, it was kind of when I was thinking about all of this, it was a reminder that we choose what we make, and that's one of the great, wonderful freedoms of YouTube. But sometimes it's hard not to feel like you ought to be making something, you ought to be putting across some kind of online Christmas ritual. What are people trying to feel? What does it mean to try to feel Christmassy? Is it always nostalgic? Is it necessarily nostalgic? Or is it a moment of community, of this time when many people are celebrating the same things, many of them in the same way? How do you grow closer to people? At a time when a lot of people are also feeling quite lonely and isolated, and the days are dark. For me, I think that Christmas has always been a time of colour, even when it's been hard and sad. It's been a time of colour, whether that's the colours of the piñata, the food on the table, the strange colours in Richmond Park on Boxing Day, and seeing the deer and everything. It's not idyllic, it's not perfect, it's not something I think about in like a longing sort of way. It's just a much more colourful version of sometimes what I worry I'm putting across online and what I'm seeing online, and as though it's some kind of magnet for these homogenous experiences, I wonder if we can all in 2018 be a magnet for more colour in our lives and showing all the parts of us that feel a little more uncertain, a little less easily boxed in, not as many keywords for them, not as many simple ways to explain them, but those parts of our lives that don't look like they've come out of some kind of television film, those parts of our lives that are a bit messy and a bit wonderful too. That's what I've been thinking about today. Just cheerful Christmas things, you know. I went to an international supermarket after brunch, and it was funny walking in. I took this deep breath in, and it smelled like a supermarket in Mexico. It just, something about it just, oh, it was like proper market smells. I feel like you go into supermarkets in the UK as in the US and they've kind of taken out all of the smell of the food, or it smells different somehow. It feels more packaged and plastic, probably because of the packaging and the plastic. The supermarket shelves aren't organised in a way that I totally understand, and it's a bit crazy to find things, and of course it's stressful if you're looking for something and you have no idea where it is. But what was wonderful about it was just that feeling of being a bit lost in a place and letting yourself be lost in it. It wasn't even necessarily all the nostalgic parts of it that I liked, but just that in this world where we're seeking order and boxing things in and trying to find a way to think through the chaos, it's also nice to stand in some chaotic spaces and let yourself see the beauty and the joy and the colour and the life in that too. And I think there'll be a video tomorrow, but I can't guarantee it. So in case I don't see you, have a very happy Christmas. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, have a very happy 25th of December. I hope you enjoy all the films on TV and that you have a huge pile of books that you're enjoying, that you're looking forward to reading. All right, bye.